Come on, check it out. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Buy, Build, Sell. I'm Jason, I'm your host. I'm with Jasonjpinc Construction. I'm a Los Angeles contractor and developer. And today we are in Pacific Palisades. This is our project here on Fiske. And I'm going to show you what this house looks like right before we insulate and drywall. So you get a really cool idea as to what the rough looks like in a house and the push that we're doing to really get to drywall from this point on. All right, so come along with me. I'll show you a quick tour of the house and a lot of the little cool things that we did to kind of help with our finish. So when you see that finish, you can understand it, right? All right, you hear me talk about stairs a lot. Literally, the second you walk in, this is your focal point, in my opinion, of what you see. So you're obviously gonna walk in, you're gonna see this beautiful staircase popping right at you. We'll have a nice, cool piece of furniture here that kind of opens this space up and makes it feel useful. Right behind you, you're gonna have the living room. So you'll have this section here, where you'll have two symmetrical windows facing the fireplace. You'll have a nice cool fireplace detail in this section here, and then walk right into the dining room. And what we have set up in here is low voltage speakers, our wires for that. We have all of our electrical planned out. We have our fire sprinklers planned out in here, and we have HVAC, so our heating and our cooling in this section as well. So you'll have a really grand dining room here. From the dining room, we have really nice pass flow into the butler's pantry and then into the kitchen. Now, before I talk your ear off, I'll just briefly let you know, we're in the kitchen now, and this is an open floor plan home. So once you turn around, obviously we have the outdoor, indoor living feel. We're gonna have a nice bifold door that slides all the way out, and then we'll have this whole thing open. Right, that's gonna bring that indoor, outdoor feeling together. The luxury of the interior of the home meets the exterior of the home, and that you're getting a full unit together and not just a patch of grass. We really try to make this thing special, okay? Big island, breakfast nook there, our pot filler set up for the stove, right above the stove. We'll have our gas line set up for the stove. We have our hood set up on the hood vent, and one of the things that we really make sure that we're taking care of is the outlets that go on the backsplash, and making sure there's enough power to feed the kitchen, so that way more utilities can be used. Toaster, blender, whatever you're using, coffee maker, it can all function, and you're not kind of pulling things out, putting things back in, pulling things out, putting things back in. So a little bit more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Convenient is the word I was looking for. Okay. Now, one thing you want to make sure is that when you're doing these homes, you're checking all of the appliance packages that you have and making sure that you're checking the install of all of those units, because sometimes outlets need to be in a certain location or water needs to be in a certain location. So here what we actually have a fridge and freezer here, and we're making sure that we have our water where it needs to be and our outlets where it needs to be. Keeping those measurements in mind and trying to execute them on the rough saves a lot of trouble on the finish. Come on, I want to show you more. So we have here butler's pantry, dry goods pantry. Okay, this is gonna be just a bunch of shelves, to be honest. It's gonna be all L shelves that kind of come up. You have a light in the room, which is already centered on the assumption of those shelves being in there. In this room right here, this is underneath the stairs. And what I try to do is maximize storage as much as possible. Because in these small homes, you don't get very much storage space. Keep in mind, down here, the only storage space you really have is that cabinet right next to the family room. Other than that, you really have to be creative. So I try to give as much space in the staircase as possible for extra storage down below and kind of keeping this thing wide open, right? Pretty cool. And this right here is the smart home location. Okay, now you've seen these fans throughout the house. Because there are units that are gonna be working in here. There's gonna be, low voltage networking, and the router, everything goes in here. We put a fan in here to make sure we're soaking that heat out and that nothing here gets overheated. And then this is the panel that all of the connections get connected to, and then it gets something on a computer happens that makes something happen, and I don't quite know exactly what happens, to be honest with you. You ready to go upstairs? The The reason this window is not installed is it allowed us to bring the drywall into the house. So now that we have all of our drywall stacked in the home, we're gonna close this window off, check it, make sure it's level, making sure that we set it right. And also we have these low voltage wires up here. Since these windows are now installed, we'll take these wires, we'll drill a nice hole right through there, put the magnet there, so that way these windows are always gonna let you know if they're open or closed or what's going on with them. That's basically what that's used for. All right, guys, so this is the window, and I just wanted to kind of briefly show you how we tape up and handle these windows. So it used to be there was like an overlapping system. You wanted to make sure that the water was sheeting appropriately. So we would have a tie-back piece on the bottom, 2 pieces on the top, on the sides, sorry, that would overlap that bottom piece. So this is the bottom piece. You have the sides coming on top of that, and then a top sheet that goes on top of that. So that way when the water hits this, everything flows off and is not getting caught behind anything. On this taping system, though we tape it exactly the same way most of the time, or the same way that we would do it with tie-back, the truth is it wouldn't matter because it's a monolithic piece at this point and it becomes one. So we install it, we use the liquid flash when we're installing it behind the flange and the plywood, and then we go ahead and once that's dry, we put another piece of tape on there just for security and just for old time's sake. Another thing that we'd be worried about, and this is actually the reason why I really love it, is because I'm always worried about how water gets into a home, intrusion aspect of it all, and seeing a moment like this, and I'll get out of the way for you. Here we're having this flash and come up here on this ridge and that window coming over it. And this would be a really tough spot to figure out how to waterproof correctly. But because we have this tape system in place, I'm not really worried about it. I know that the second this is all done, all this water is going to land on the cap of this sheet, on the cap of this metal, and I'm not going to have any issues at all. And that confidence is really what drives me to use this material and really make me feel comfortable with the product. So I hope that helps you understand the system a little bit. And let's go back to the master. Primary bathroom is the most important bathroom in the house. To me, it's honestly the element that's supposed to sell the buyer the most. To me, I kind of try to imagine the master, the primary suite and the primary bathroom as one full unit of an oasis of some sort. So I really try to make it special so that way you almost don't want to leave. If you're not able to go on vacation, at least every night you can feel like you're going to bed on vacation. Let me show you around the primary bathroom here and take you on a quick tour, okay? Again, if you're interested in seeing more details, you can always go to another video on my page, subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment what's awesome about this project, about this house. If you want to see more details about plumbing or electrical or the bathroom in general, there's videos on this page. Go check them out because it's going to be pretty cool stuff, okay? Master, in this bathroom, we have a valve and a diverter, which is going to lead to a shower head, a main head, a hand shower, and that's about it. We're going to have really cool floor to ceiling glass on this shower, which is going to be pretty awesome. And then we have a double sink vanity right next to it. We have a private toilet room and then a nice little makeup vanity going on right here. If you don't mind taking a minute to try to envision it, you'll see there's beauty in all of this. Now, again, low voltage for speakers, lights for the room. We do have fire sprinklers in this bathroom as well because we need to make sure that if there's a fire in any part of the house, it'll go off. It gets hit. If you're curious how these are used, they actually have like a little thermometer inside of each one of them. And if the heat rises to a certain temperature, it will actually just turn on and go. There's no like button that you gotta press to like turn them on. It's powered by heat. So if you put a flame right up to it, it'll go right off. So try not to do that. It's really just meant for if a fire goes off in your house, it actually gets used. If you remember when we were kids, they had like those red liquid thermometers. It's actually pretty similar to that. Yeah, that's this bathroom. If you want, we can do a quick zip through of the rest of the house on fast forward so you can see the rest of the house really quickly. Okay? Come on, check it out. Honestly, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wanted to kind of really show you what the bones of the house look like before we get to that finished stage. That's what this is all about. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I answer as many as I possibly can, and I will see you on the next video.